Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Another very good weekend, buttoned up, finished. We're good to go. And we got what we wanted to get accomplished done this weekend. I'm going to kind of walk around a little bit and show you a couple other things as well. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing this week, I got this 2-inch foam board insulation. I'm going to be measuring down with the beehives, figuring out what I need to do, get it cut, get it up around them so that they have extra insulation for this winter. This here, that's 3/4 inch plywood, this piece that we have left over here will either be maybe the roof for, I think I'm going to use it for the roof for the doghouse, because that's what we got left over for that. So that part is done. I'm going to walk around out here and kind of show you everything. There's stuff obviously that I'm going to need to do on the inside, some insulating around the windows and stuff like that. We put up this piece here, that got put up, and so that's buttoned up, so that backside is going to have to be insulated as well, and I'll show you that on another day. But you can see here, this is what it's going to look like. Now that's not pushed all the way in, it's got a little bit of bow to it. We're going to have to get that squared away, but that's not a big deal. It's not a bow, but it's just the way it sits. So to get it pushed in, and then we'll just have to have like a piece of wood or something that we twist that'll hold it in place. But it's definitely very, very warm in there. I got both of the dogs in there at the moment. Collie and Hella are in there. Collie's been out all weekend with everybody, and she did really, really well. I did let the boys out a little bit as well, but just trying to slowly get them integrated in with people in the group and stuff like that. So you can, and there she is looking at me out the window. But got the windows in, got all that done there as well. That looks fantastic. We have the solar lights obviously as well, so you're wondering if we have lighting any inside. We do, and I'll show you that in an upcoming video. So we kind of got those hung up and ready to go, but you know, they got the solar panel right there for that, and so that's ready to go. And then on this side here, you'll be able to see the panels in. Like this one here is for the most part pushed in, and this one here's got a little bit of, we got to push it back just a little bit, but that's how they're going to be. And those, again, paneling on the both sides, Rockwool insulation in the center, and I just got to make like a handle. I got a couple things that I have to do with that on the inside, and you know, so that's in really good shape. That's in really, really good shape. So really happy about all that, getting that squared away. Just farting around a little bit and having the wood stove on. It's nice and toasty warm in there. Unbelievably nice and warm in there now. You know, and that's with the floor not being insulated yet. We still have obviously the subfloor in there. Eventually we will put another floor over the subfloor. That's all 3/4 inch plywood as well. We did overkill on everything just so that it's built solid. It's not going anywhere. Used Rockwool insulation for everything. The vapor barrier, I got to finish putting more vapor barrier up. You know, we'll have to do paneling on the walls at some point. That's not a big deal. The biggest thing was making sure that we had everything buttoned up and ready for the really cold weather. You know, it was cool in the mornings here with everybody here, but it wasn't terrible. Next month, who knows what it's going to be like, but we're going to have a place that we can go into and everybody can be warm, and we're going to be all right. So that's the biggest thing for that. But yeah, it's like I said, all of those things, it's a work in progress. We got, this is T111 that we had left over. We had an extra sheet that we had in the shower room, okay? So we had an extra sheet of T111 in the shower room. We utilized that on the outside that you saw where that was all filled in around the windows. So that's what we used there, and you know, so that's ready to go. So chicken run, okay. So I'll tell you what the conclusion is and what's going to happen here. Okay, I picked up like 16 2x4s, and we have other older 2x4s that are outside, and I'll show you those too, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Because instead of, I was thinking I was going to end up having to put another post. I was going to have to dig another post in here, but I'm not going to have to. I'm going to add 2x4s on here, this side and this side up, and then I'm going to run, and then I'll run a 2x4 across up there as well. And then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to run 2x4s this way across. I'll tie them in here as well. All right, and then I'll also tie in 2x4s from this to there, and the other post is in there at the moment. So I'll run that as well, get that done. And then the chicken coop itself is going to go farther back here. We're going to run, like you see the 2x4s there, that'll go all along the edge of here. So that when I run the chicken wire over the top of everything, that we can, tack it into the sides, ties it all in together. We have these 2x4s out here that have been sitting out in the weather. I'm going to utilize those first, okay? So those will get utilized first all the way around, and also for whatever else we got to have. Actually, the 10-foot long ones, I might be able to utilize that without having to tack some together, because I knew it was longer than 8 feet in between there. I'll have to figure that all out, but we're going to get this squared away. So before I break this down, this run, okay, because I'm going to utilize that chicken wire that's there over the top of this run. So before I break that down, I will get from this point here, all of this up, covered, the other chicken wire that I have over this whole area. And then that way, when I do break down this here, and I'll have the 2x4s all the way around before that happens as well. So when I do break that down, I'll have to finish it in one day at that point. So the more I have done ahead of time, the better off I'm going to be when I break that down, because all that framing is going to get out of there. That's going to go. And, we're going to just get it squared away. And like I said, I can utilize all of that to keep the chicken squared away as well. So that's kind of the game plan with that. I put the other 2x4s that I just picked up, I put them in here so that I can utilize them as I go. And there's a couple more 2x4s back there underneath. There's more 2x4s available under the canopy that we have there. But next month, folks, this is the next project. The pavilion is buttoned up enough for winter. We still obviously have things that we have to do in there, but it's okay where it's at right now, so we can focus on this next and getting this squared away. And we were talking about everything that we're going to do with this. So we have, we're going to take the water tanks, we're going to build up here. The water tanks are going to go over here in the front, and they're going to be tied, they're going to be boxed in, okay, insulated, so that water won't freeze. So when the water comes off of the roof, it'll feed into the tanks. We'll have access to the tanks inside, okay? And so that's the game plan with that. So worst case scenario, the wood stove may go out that wall here. So we may put the wood stove over here if the tanks are on this side, and we got to get that squared away. We'll build the shower frames out here, around here. That's going to be insulated with the rock wool insulation as well. And then, it'll have like the foam board insulation on the inside. And so it'll be like when you come in to take your shower, you're going to have more than enough. It's going to be warm in the shower stall itself and all that type of stuff. So got obviously more insulation in here that we'll be utilizing. So lots to do. This is going to be a very big undertaking project, but we're going to be, like I said, this is the next step. Once this is squared away, depending how long it takes, and obviously financially what it's going to cost. Obviously we have to put a door on here as well. So lots to do, but we've been making such great progress. A lot of money has gone into the pavilion. If you had me say, Ed, what's a breakdown of what's gone in there, I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know. I know that when we did the floor, okay, when we put the floor in, just the floor alone with the joists and all that type of stuff, that was like $1,200 then. And then we put 3/4-inch plywood down on top of that. We didn't go cheap. And, like the rock wool insulation and on the walls, and just everything overall. Lots of work, lots of progress. So really good weekend. Really happy with everything overall. And Johnson's going to be here for the week because he has the week off. And so I'm going to get his rain catchment completely set up over that time period, and we'll get that squared away as well. So that's where we're at. I hope you all are doing well. I am going to have a very busy week ahead of me. A lot of things to do, a lot of things to get buttoned up. Again, I'm going to utilize pallets for the dog coop as well. But like I said, I think that'll be the roof, and we'll figure stuff out from there. But we'll get that squared away. I do plan on utilizing this other tarp that we took off. It was ripped in a couple spots, but a lot of it is still good. So if I frame up a dog run and then utilize that as well, I will utilize that to there's plenty. The dog run is going to be, I'm going to have plenty to utilize there to help keep it secure and keep it warmer and stuff like that. So, and there's the boys. What's going on, boys? What are you doing? And Zeus is inside the doghouse. What do you do? Are you guys being a bully to Zeus? Zeusy baby, what happened? What happened, Zeus? Yeah. So anyway, so that's where we're at, guys. Like I said, good weekend. Lots taken care of, and lots more to do. And I still got a bunch of posts when I do extend the dog run, and there's those other 2x4s as well. Got this up now, and we're ready. We're getting there. So got to take care of the bees, take care of the chickens, take care of the dogs, and we'll go from there. So, all right, I will talk to you all later. I hope you have a great start to your week. You'll be seeing this video at 7 o'clock on Monday. I will talk to you later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.